Hi everyone and welcome back to Chess for Charity. In this video, I'm going to show you a really cool puzzle, one where you have to figure out where to place a piece and then how to mate the black king. So the puzzle is that you have to put the white queen somewhere on the board and then move one move and it be mate. So if you want to take a second and pause the video, try to figure it out. Remember, the rule is to place the queen somewhere on the board and then give mate on the next move. Okay, and while you're here, be sure to subscribe, and also I set up a Discord channel, so be sure to join that as well if you want to leave me any suggestions. Okay, so let's see kind of how you can figure out the answer here. One thing you should notice right away are these pawns. These pawns are all in their home squares. So what does that mean exactly? Well, that means that all these pieces should have been captured by black's knights, right? So this arose from a real game of chess. So that means that the knights jumped in and took the pieces. That also means that if we're placing the white queen on the board, it can't go on the 3rd or 8th rank, anywhere in between the 3rd and 8th rank, because it would have never gotten past the pawns, right? So we have just these squares to work with on the back rank. Okay, that's a good start. Let's see about the king and see what squares are currently cut off from the king and what we can do. So currently the black king is being attacked, the squares around it at least, by this knight, these knights. So this square, this square, this square, all those squares are being covered by knights, and these ones are being covered by pawns, which leaves just one out square if they have to run away. Okay, that's helpful. So when thinking about making a move, we have to think about covering this out square, right? So if we want to put a queen down, remember we can't really put a queen here or here because that would not be legal because the queen would never be able to jump over the pawns, right? So it has to be in the back rank. Okay, well, you maybe notice a solution and you say, oh, I see a solution. I can cover this square with a pawn move like this, and I can give check if the queen were on this f1 square, like this. So check with the queen, and this would be mate because everything around it is covered, right? Well, kind of, but the question you have to ask yourself, is this allowed? This is a legal position. And the answer is no, this is not a legal position because the queen on f1 could not have gotten here because the last move was e3. How would this queen ever get on the right side of this king? Right? Remember that the king starts here and the queen starts here. How would they ever switch places? And if you're thinking castling, they could castle this way, and that would just make the king here. But the king can never castle here because the queen would have to get out of the way, as would the bishop and knight. Okay, so that means that that solution does not work. So putting the queen here and then moving with check and guarding this square, that would not work. Okay, well, where else can we do this idea? Well, you can give check with either of these pawns directly, and if you put a queen on one of these squares, right, it's going to have to be one of these 3 squares now. We have to see what the answer is and see how it works. So if I put the queen on c1 and I give check with either of these pawns, I still would have d4 as black to run away. So what is the only way where we can cover d4 and we can give a check? Well, the answer now seems pretty clear. a1. Queen a1 is covering this diagonal and allows this check. So now I'm checking the king, the white queen. The white queen is attacking all these squares, the knight covering all these ones, the pawn, of course, covering, and it's completely winning. So, the answer to the question, where is the queen and what move is mate? The queen is on a1, and the move that gives mate is b3. Let me put that pawn there, b3. And that's it. Pretty cool, right? But that's it for this video. If you enjoy the content, be sure to subscribe. I put out new videos all the time, and my whole goal is to help spread the game of chess and help out charity. So every single subscriber helps me out a lot. Thank you so much. Bye.